Welcome back to Guitalele Tutorials. Today we are going to look into a strumming technique known as chucking. So chuck is not a strumming pattern as per se. So as we have seen, we have learned lot of strumming patterns. It's not a strumming pattern. It's kind of a altered down strum with a muted effect. So it gives a percussive effect to the down strum. So you can use it in places of down strum. Technically you can change that with any down strum, but I'll still suggest you keep some of the down strums in your original strumming pattern and replace some of the down strums with the chuck. Okay, so now I was playing the island strum, so you listen to it and you decide how much variation it can give to the strumming pattern. So I'll play first with the normal down strum version and then I'll switch to the chuck version. So here is the normal version. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this was the normal version. Now I am switching to the chuck version. Okay, so as you can hear that I am just changing two of the down strums with chuck. So earlier it was down down up down up down down up down up. Now I have made it to a down chuck up chuck up down chuck up chuck up. Okay, so that's the variation I have added. You can even change all the down strums into the strumming pattern, but that is actually overdoing it. So you can simply keep one or two original down strums in its place and you can replace the others in the strumming pattern. Okay, so that was the introduction, and where you can use it, it depends on a lot of the factors: the song you are trying to play, the mode you are trying to portray, and what you on your own preference actually. So if you want to play it with a chuck, you can, or if you want to play it with a down strum, you can. So there is no hard and fast rule to follow. So basically you can do your own research, you can do your own experiment on the strumming pattern and change one strum, two strum, or all the strums depending on the situation of the song, the mood of the song, the preference you are at that point of playing you are making. So everything comes to play. One thing, so if you have followed my lessons from the very beginning, so I have told you that use your thumb for down strum and your index finger for the up strums. Okay, so but that needs to be changed for chucking. Okay, so I also had to change it to chuck. So the thing is, it's technically a little difficult. I don't know if it's possible or not. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. I haven't gone to that extent to check if these fingers can actually play the chuck or not. But ideally, in other videos, I have seen other players who have actually done is that they have used only the index finger for the strumming, both the down and the up. So for the down strum, what they are doing, they are using the nail portion of it. Okay, and so brush the string with the nail, brush the string with the nail, and during the up strum, brush the string with the fleshy part of the thumb. Okay, so that's how the strumming pattern, that's how the strumming actually goes in for a lot of the players. But we used a different version, so now we have to switch. So that's unfortunate case. Okay, so that's what we were doing right till now, but now we have to do. Okay, and if you have already started with index finger, that's great. So you can start with that. So basically you have already crossed that first stage of changing your strumming fingers. Okay, so now we are going to first start with the strumming with the index finger. So the nail, flesh, nail, flesh. Okay, and you can hear it. So when you are actually doing this, so it already gives it some percussive feeling, and the tone of the instrument now gets changed from this down strum to this down strum. So this thumb version of the down strum was more mellow. Yeah, so you can listen it once more. Okay, now I'm using the index finger. Okay, and it also adds a little bit of percussive effect itself, just using the nail, because the nail, so actually what the nail does, it does something like this, right? So kind of it gives a feel of a plectrum. Okay, but the up strum stays the same. So because earlier what we are doing, now we are doing the same, so there is no change. The angle, basically you have to try and figure out what works for you, so that's different for every different person. So finally we are going to use our index finger, only index finger, for both the down strum and the up strum now. Okay, so kind of an upgradation, right? Okay, so now your thumb doesn't have any role into the playing, but I don't know, maybe it has gone into my muscle memory that my thumb actually hangs by side of my index finger. Okay, so that actually doesn't touch any string, so that's not a big deal here. Now, so first step is that to change your finger in strumming finger to index finger. Okay, so that was stage 1. The stage 2 is to add the mute. Okay, so right now what is the strum, what does the down strum looks like? Okay, so now the part where we are going to actually mute the string. So I'm doing it very slowly, and you have to even start it that slow, and then and it won't sound that nice when you are playing it slow. So when you actually step up the tempo, then only you can feel that actual effect. But anyways, so we have to start somewhere, right? So the idea is we use this thumb, not the thumb, the palm. We use this thumb. So this fleshy part of the palm, we use this one to actually mute the string. So remember how we actually mute the whole strum, all the strings at once, right? How would you do it? How would we do it in this? So let's say I was playing something and suddenly I have to stop. So what I would do? Okay, so that's what it is. Now you have to just add both of these into a single step. So basically it's not like this, it's not like this. So both this will go in a same step. And that's how. So basically you are placing your palm and doing this. But before doing that also, you are leaving a little bit of sound to come before you actually mute the string. But yeah, so it's kind of a practice thing. So you practice more and more, and it will get better and better. Okay, so this is how it is. So I'm touching the strings first, and on the turn, when I'm during the touching of all the strings, so I have to turn my hand, right? Turn my hand, and that turn actually makes this chuck. So I'm doing it slowly. That's why I am not able to touch all the strings. But when I'm doing it fast, it will come along. So, but yeah, idea is that. Okay, see, now all the strings are now touched by my palm. So I'll take it closer. So like this it was. Okay, so I'm touching all the strings just after the strum completes. So you leave a little bit of sound and then mute it. Okay, so that's how it is. So that's the chuck. You can add it to any strumming pattern. So I'll just add, I'll just show you one or two strumming. I already shown the island strum. I will also show you one more strumming pattern that I actually use this chuck. So that was down up down up down up down up, strumming pattern 7 if you remember. So I will add one down one chuck up. So it will be two chuck ups actually, down up chuck up down up chuck up. Yeah, down up chuck up down up chuck up. Okay, so try it, play it and add it to your strumming patterns and let me know how it goes.